Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha, and thank you for joining me for our morning conversation. We have a lot to discuss today. Before we get started, let's see who we have so far. Good morning, Kay Brown. Welcome, sis. Thank you for being first in the building today. Hey, Shelly. Hey, sis. So you're up early. Okay. Okay. I love it. Yes, please hit the likes, y'all. Please hit the likes. If you would like to share, go ahead and share. We're going to get into some things this morning. I want to have some fun. This is my Friday today. Okay. I am heading in to a 4 day fall break. So I'm so excited. Oh, hey, DTTV. Good morning. How are you, bro? Thank you for joining today. So y'all, last night, I went live for a little bit to show some of Hurricane Milton in action last night. We watched it live, kind of chatted for a little bit as we watched the rain, y'all. It was a lot of rain, a lot of heavy wind. There were news reporters, y'all. I was joking and things last night about they need to give those people some hurricane storm pay, overtime pay, some type of pay, okay, to be out there in that weather covering this particular storm. Some people were actually in the chat. Miss Tangela, she was in the chat because she lived in the area. She said that a lot of people, they look forward to this type of thing, but she was safe last night. Hopefully, she checks in with us. I know another supporter, Miss Lysander, she also lives in that area, so hopefully they will check in with us to let us know that they're okay. There are over 3 million people without power right now. Now, y'all, let me tell you. And also last night, y'all, something that was scary we were watching that live. They showed a little footage of the reporters being in the street covering the story, and a transformer blew up right behind them. And y'all, that would have taken me out. I would have been out of there. They could have had that camera, that microphone, that whole job, because that is something not to play with when you are dealing with electric things and so forth. But they had to camp out in a garage there overnight because it was so much flooding. And their hotel, I guess, is not too far away, but it was just a matter of how were they going to get to the hotel. So they were high up on a garage structure, and they said that they were going to camp out overnight. So right now, some rescue crews are going out to kind of find and rescue some people. Majority of the things that they're dealing with right now would be the flooding part. But let me show y'all. This is how good and great and powerful and mighty God is. Now, remember, they predicted that the storm was a Category 5 storm, right? By the time the storm hit land, it had already weakened to a Category 2. Okay, it went down right before to a Category 3. When it hit land, it went down to a Category 2. Now, you cannot tell me that that is not the power of God. These people predicted that this hurricane would be the worst hurricane in 100 years, but God, okay? And so we're believing that, I know that we've been hearing of a few fatalities so far, but we're believing that they're not, people that have lost their lives through this, but they can be rescued in time. Also, that God will quickly restore their power and water. That's another issue too. Some of them, a lot of people are without water right now. So the storm, they said the big parts of it have already hit, but they're not out of the woods quite yet. So they are still dealing with, a lot of rain and still some wind. And so they're going to go out today to estimate, what the damage is, what's been done. Y'all know, last night they also said that uh, Disney World, Disney World and like Universal Studios, SeaWorld, those parks rarely close. And all of those parks were closed. They have tourists there as well that got stuck, um, in the city. And so they had to find shelters, they had to find hotels to stay in, and so forth. So we're praying for all of those people, and we'll just kind of wait it out. I'll keep you guys posted and updated on that as we follow Hurricane Milton. But God really shifted that thing. Although, it did make landfall, it was a weaker storm than expected. And y'all, my comments, let me just say this. I'm driving during the morning live. So sometimes the comments kind of get slow. And then also, if I go in and out, stick with me. Because sometimes I drive through certain areas where I may go out, but it should kick back in. So please be patient with me as I'm on my drive. All right. Um, I wanted to share with you all story time before we get into some other stuff. Now, there was this lady, and one morning she got up, she took a shower. It was a work day, and so she said goodbye to her kids, got their stuff ready for work, kissed her husband goodbye, and she headed off to work. During the work day, she got busy. And Shelly, can y'all hear me? I just want to make sure. Put a one if y'all can hear me, because I'm trying to make sure my comments still flowing. Because baby, yesterday people were talking, and I couldn't even see their comments. They were stuck. Okay. Oh, thank you, sis. Okay. So the lady, she got ready for work, went to work, and she had a busy day. Her husband had called her, but she had looked at her phone. She was in a meeting, and she said, "I'll call him back." They went on. She forgot to call. Thank you, Kay Brown. Good morning, Crystal. Welcome. She forgot to call her husband back. So on her way home, there was some unexpected traffic, and she had to still stop and get dinner. So it was making her get home a little later than usual. Her husband, was wondering like what's going on. He'd already picked up the children, was at home, and his wife was usually at home by a certain time. But that particular day, she wasn't home. She hadn't returned his phone call, and she was late. All kind of thoughts was going through his head. He was wondering, okay, she in an accident? Is she, what happened? So he tried calling her phone again. But this time, the lady had left her phone in the car while she ran into the store to get the last part of what she needed for dinner. By the time she got home, y'all, her husband was so upset, because not only was she late, but when she reached in to hug him, hey, Kimberly, good morning. Thank you for joining, sis. When she reached in to hug him, she smelled like another man. So he kind of looked, he stood back and was like, what is that? And so she looking like, what? And she said, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I forgot to call you back. I got busy at work. We had a lot of meetings today. And on the way home, it was a lot of traffic. He said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. What is that I'm smelling? And she was like, what? And y'all, why the lady shook her head, stood back, and she said, babe, you know what? I forgot to tell you. This morning, I went in the bathroom and I realized that I was out of shower gel. So I had to use some of yours. So the man and the lady laughed because he thought she was cheating. But that morning, she had to use some men's shower gel, and she was out of, her women's shower gel, so she didn't have a choice. Y'all better laugh at my story. Y'all better laugh. Thank you, Shelly. Oh my God, thank you, Crystal. See, y'all got it. Okay, y'all got it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I want to start off with something funny. Okay, so getting into our stories. So speaking of stories, y'all got to keep up because I'm gonna start speaking in codes. Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna start speaking in codes. So y'all gonna have to follow the story because some of these people that are supposed to be these influential people that have channels and so forth, and people are doing reactions and covering them. They're trying to come for them. Okay. Um, there are in one particular sector, and we'll say Rosie. Okay, we'll say Rosie. Rosie is hitting. Good morning, Miss Lucinda. I was just talking about you. How are you doing today? How's everything there? Because I know Miss Tangela was on live last night, and she said that she was in that area as well. So we were just praying for y'all and hoping that everything is going well this morning. And so Rosie, that's the new name, is has been coming after content creators. Okay. Um, Reporting their channels, getting them demonetized and things like that. And so we just don't, just have to switch, some things up. So y'all got to keep up. So I have nicknames for a couple of them because both of these people, they have some similarities in their personalities and how they operate. Okay. So, okay, she said, I'm good. Just our power out. Okay. So we're praying because we heard over like 3 million people are without power today. So we're praying that God gets that power restored for y'all and water. Some people are without water also quickly because I know that that's a lot of people and people need electricity. Okay. So I'm praying, that part is probably to be expected. We just praying everybody's safe. Okay. We can get some lights, we can get some candles, that stuff can be restored. But we just praying for everyone's life and that everyone will be okay. So I'm glad to see you in the chat. Hopefully, Miss Tangela is doing well is also. And so a couple of these content creators, well, not content creators, well, I guess they are content creators too, but people cover them, okay, and give reactions to their videos and so forth. Good morning, Royal D. Thank you for joining, Queen. And so, yeah, so we just gonna switch some things up. So y'all want to follow me when I'm talking and catch on. Okay, I know I got smart crew here at the Open Book, and y'all can follow. So Rosie did pretty much a video with her husband. Okay, and on that particular video, it's portrayed as a wholesome video at first. They have a family channel, and you're thinking about, oh, this is going to be about how we got through our marriage and things of that sort. Lysandra said, I have them lights run off of the battery. Oh, you have lights that run off battery. Oh, okay, that's a blessing. Okay, yes, please hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much. So they were doing this video, and so it came across as this was going to be a nice, wholesome video telling people how they conquered like a tough part of their marriage. Well, during the video, if you keep on watching it, okay, because this particular person, she likes to delete lives, okay, so you have to catch her in action before she deletes the lives or catch the lives, okay. These particular videos does not present her in the way that she's trying to portray on her channel, okay, on this supposedly family channel. So, and I'm going to go more in depth in this evening, okay, because we want to see some previous proof that goes with what she's saying. Miss Lysander said, thanks everyone for asking and checking on us. You're welcome. You're welcome. We're glad that you're okay. Yes, D. Her new name is Rosie. Okay, Rosie. I'm hoping I spoke to everyone. I think so because I'm watching the road too. I'm trying to multitask. Okay, Rosie. So, and so this particular video, I was watching it at first, and then I noticed something. I noticed that a lot of the things that she was saying were intended to gaslight her viewers, some of them. Okay, not all of her. Now, I didn't say her supporters, but viewers. Remember, we said there are people that watch you that are supporters and spectators. So throughout the video, y'all, it was, I just could not, and this is one reason I really had to pull back on watching her lives. I cannot stand when people try to gaslight folks. I can't stand that, and you definitely not about to try to gaslight me. Okay. But throughout that video, if you did not know about the deleted lives, you would say, oh my gosh, people have been doing this girl so wrong and horrible. Okay, because the way they portrayed it was a lot of their problems were because of the a lot of the subscribers, not her subscribers, but outside people, content creators, and so forth. And it was a lot of things that I took note of and have videos that contradict what she's saying. Okay, because she's not fooling us. She may have some of those people that are asleep when those lives are going, but she's not fooling us. Okay, so we're going to delve into what was stated on the live, on that marriage live, and we're going to look at the contradictions because that's not right to gaslight your audience and to try to make people look like other people are doing you wrong when in all actuality you are even admitting to setting some of these things up, y'all, admitting on live that she was trying to play around with people, that she was purposely getting people's information. She was saying this on live. And then when someone like had that live and was showing it, then she wanted to strike their channel and she wanted to get the videos taken down. No, you put that out there. Okay. You put that out there. She deleted a lot of her lives. Yes, exactly. They're trying to be very strategic in what she does, but what she does not understand is anytime you go live, people can capture what you put out there. That's the part that she has to understand. Good morning, TC. Hey, sis. Thank you so much for joining. And so a lot of people get sometimes confused when some of these celebrity or I would say, I'm not going to even say celebrity, but influencers that have these big channels, um, they try to do like that. They're trying to keep their channel clean, other stuff behind the scenes. And a lot of people like that she's hit their channels and struck their channels had shown videos of previous incidents, but they, it's like I don't think or know if they edited certain things within the videos, and so that's how she's specifically getting certain timestamps to strike their channels. Yes, she did record her, and people have been recording her. But y'all, just to hear, I was listening to one content creator, and she had one of her videos taken down, but the girl is going to appeal it. She was admitting to purposely messing with these girls. She said, I want to have some fun with them and getting like their information, asking people, do they have their names? How can, troll them and things like that. She'll come into the chats and troll people, her and sometimes her husband too. And so I want to go into that tonight because there was some indiscrepancies, and also what really, really upset me watching that particular live with her and her husband, where they were doing the marriage live, is when she started adding or getting things incorrect with the Bible. Like, don't play with God. Okay, you don't even have to go there. Don't try to make us think that the Bible says this to fit your narrative of the things that you're doing. That there, oh, that made me hot. And if you look at one of my shorts that I just did, I have her talking about something that she said the Bible stated. And I'm still waiting for her to give us what scripture is that. Okay, what scripture is that? Because I never heard that. So don't try to, gaslight people. And so we're going to get into that more this evening. So if y'all follow that story, then come back and join in on that, because there are some things that you may have missed, and we'll revisit some of those other videos that were put out there and deleted. She's really sick. Yes, she got her husband going. Um, Being nasty, doing nasty work for her. Yes, and what's funny is the on one of those lives that was taken down, y'all, she did not tell her husband that she was on live. He called her. Okay, he called her. Please let people know if you on live. Please don't forget to mute. Okay, because baby, we heard the whole conversation. Okay, he was saying to go to one of these content creators pages, go to their video and record from a certain timestamp of what she was saying. Like he was telling her what to do while everyone was listening. Good morning, Cherry. Thank you for joining, sis. Everyone was listening. Okay. During that time, she had like two devices going. She was so into the lives that she didn't even see her children, the son kicking the other son. It was a mess. Okay. It was a mess. And so we're going to look just into that because, be honest with us. She's already admitted to purposely setting up. Now, and hey, we still on the whole jail situation. Okay. We're still watching that. Now, let me say this. She has already confessed and shown text threads where they purposely deceived their subscribers. Okay, and said that they were separated. This was once before, and purposely deceived their subscribers. And then comes back and changes the story. Yeah, I'm seeing that D. Then comes back and changes the story. But I guess I don't know if she thought that she was about to be outed, and she went ahead and got ahead of it and and showed her own text messages. Good morning, Queen Unique. Thank you for joining, sis. Um, she showed those text threads. Now I'm still wondering about this recent incident with the so-called abuse allegation where he had gone to jail for a day, supposedly, allegedly gone to jail, because some things after that transpired just it didn't look right. Okay. Some things are like fishy. It just didn't seem right. So I'm wondering if that will come out as well. Another content creator, she was showing how they were supposed to have gone on this trip, and it didn't look like that trip was real. Okay, so I don't know what is it with the lion. Okay, I think is a very like a thin line between trying to do skits, and playing around, and flat out just lying, and trying to deceive people. You have to know what the difference is. Humble Me said 22 watching, 9 likes. Let's make it match this morning. Thanks for your support. Yes, y'all, the like button is for free. Okay, if y'all could just please do me a favor and hit that like button, and if you would like to share, you can also support the channel by sending a super sticker, super chat, or a cash app. Thank you so much for your support this morning. And so, yeah, so I was like, we got to delve into this because that's deception, and that that's not right. If you're portraying one thing, but behind the scenes, you're doing some other things. And so we'll look deeper into that story. Another influencer, because I don't look at them as celebrities, that has a channel with a lot of subscribers. We'll call her, I'm changing it to PB. So y'all gonna have to catch up. Hey, y'all gonna have to stay up in code. Okay, we calling her PB. Okay, the PB. Y'all get it? The PB. Okay, so PB is this lady who is currently pregnant, and people are following her pregnancy journey. Okay, um, some people believe the pregnancy, and some people do not. They're torn. Okay, now, um, For a while, the PB stomach has been like a certain size, but it appears as though her stomach is growing. Now, I want y'all to think about something. PB had done like some videos laying on the bed. I don't know how many of y'all have watched soap operas. Put a one in the chat if you watched soap operas. Okay, who's watched soap operas before? Anyone watch soap operas? I know my favorite ones were All My Children, Young and the Restless. Okay, Cherry has watched soaps. Um, General Hospital, One Life to Live. My mom started me on watching soap operas. So in the soap operas, you have times where, okay, so TC used to watch them too. Okay. You have times where there's a character that gets pregnant in real life. However, sometimes the writers will write the pregnancy into the storyline, but then sometimes they don't write the pregnancy into the storyline. When they don't write the pregnancy into the storyline, then okay, so you used to, yeah, me too. I don't watch them as much. They have to kind of cover up that character's pregnancy. So if Jenny is a character on General Hospital, then and Jenny got pregnant, then that's not a part of the storyline. We're going to have to kind of cover it up. So one thing that they will do is they will use angles. Okay, they will make sure that when they're recording, either they record from the neck up, or they kind of get them from the back. They have them sitting with something in their lap. So that's a sign that, oh, they real life, but they don't want people to really pay attention to that because of the storyline. Well, if you put to PB, okay, during the episodes where she is dead, camera is only positioned at a certain point, okay? The angle is in one position. And if it looks like the camera is going to move, there is a pillow right there in front of the stomach. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that. The camera is angled just at the neck up, and in the event that something slips, there is a pillow right there to cover. Okay. Also, there's a video PB I was doing, and I guess was showing off makeup or whatever. And if you notice that with the camera angle, it did kind of slip on this particular point, and you can see a hand on the waist. Good morning, Cincinnati. Thank you for joining this morning. And it did not look like there was a stomach there, a pregnant stomach. You have to be quick. You have to look like, because it's a fast video. But the hand is on the hip. One place we've seen the stomach that's big. The other place on this particular video, there's a hand on the hip, kind of stomach area with a sweatshirt, and you really can't see that the big stomach in that one. So pay attention to angles. Okay, pay attention to angles because that's usually how people try to disguise certain things. Um, and so I thought about that when I was watching one of those lives, and I'm like, wait a minute. No, actually, two lives. I said, wow, this is what they do on the soap operas. They really don't move the camera from a certain way, because if a character is pregnant and they're not supposed to be, then they want to cover up and not draw attention to it. But in this case, it's the opposite. So I thought about that and I said, okay, so just keep your eyes on that. Go back and watch the video with the hand on the hip, and you have to look quickly. Look quickly because something didn't look right on that particular video. Excuse me. So we'll continue to follow that pregnancy journey. I believe we're getting closer to the due date, okay, and see what is what. Now, something else that I was going to go into on yesterday that we didn't get a chance to. Y'all, I think everyone took off today. Okay, I don't know what's going on. There are people here in Texas taking off for the weather in Florida. I don't know, but I am loving this. Traffic is moving, and I am loving it. Yesterday, I wanted to get into a little topic that came to me. I remember watching this show called Private Benjamin. And man, y'all, it's an older movie, but it's funny. I like it. With Goldie, is it Goldie Hawn? Goldie Hawn, she's in that movie. And they're in the army learning how to, she had some failed relationships and she felt like she wanted to go to the army. But once you got in there, it was hard for you to get out. So she had to go through the process. Well, it was this army game where they were broken up into different teams. They had the red and the blue team. And so during this particular time, um, they they were enemies to each other. So they had to learn how to navigate through that. What happened, Queen? Oh yeah. I get to work on time. Right. So they were playing this army game where they had to go and capture however many people they could. Now, sometimes one of the ladies, in order to capture someone, she had to pretend like she was a part of that team. So they had red and blue. She was on the blue team. So what she did was she took off her red underwear and wrapped it around her arm. Private Benjamin, that's the name of the movie. Yes, Private Benjamin with Goldie Hawn. Yes, girl. I'm like, hello, and I think I got morning duty too. And so she took off her red underwear and wrapped it around her arm just to infiltrate the enemy's camp. Okay, come on now. Now, by her trying to fit in and infiltrate the enemy's camp, they thought that she was one of them. So she was able to then, once they trusted her, she was able to capture as many of them as possible just by infiltrating their camp. And I wanted to talk about compromise people. Okay, compromise people. There are people that will try to fit in with the enemy, okay, but try to come back to their team and act like they didn't. In this particular case, they knew it was a game, but in real life, it's not a game. Once you have gone to the enemy's camp and you have chatted with the enemy, you've done different things with the enemy, regardless of whether you thought you were playing a game, when you come back to your side, it's hard to trust that because you've now been what they call compromised. Okay? Come on. I'm telling you, girl, this thing was ministering to me. Okay? You've now been compromised. And you have to be careful of people that have unintentionally or intentionally allowed themselves to be compromised by the enemy. Um, that plays a part in developing and keeping a relationship. Okay? It plays a huge part. And yes, compromise. Yes, compromise. Um, it plays a huge part. You can always tell who a person has been listening to by the things that they say. Okay? And now I'm taking this to more of a spiritual level. You can tell when a person that God has their ear more than the enemy, or you can tell when the enemy has their ear more than God? By how they talk. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You will be able to tell how people really feel by the things that they say. Just let them talk. Let them talk. Just listen sometimes, and they will tell on themselves. I know that if my child says something that I know I have not told them, I would ask, who told you that? Because of what they said. I don't curse. So if I hear you cursing, who have you been around? Who's around you that's been cursing? Because I don't talk like that. Okay? I don't talk like that. So you've been listening to somebody. So I'm trying to find out who has been around you that has been cursing. Let people talk. Just listen. And you will find out who has their ear. Are they listening more to God or are they listening more to the enemy? I was watching Big Brother the other day, y'all, and there are three people on the same team right now. It's two people kind of working together. And we're getting to the end of the game. Okay, remember we have been talking about that, and I still been watching. We're getting to the end of the game. And people are eventually going to have to turn on each other. I mean, that's the reality of it all. They're going to have to turn on each other. But it's strategic of how they do it. How can they play the game without it being nasty? Okay. And so they know that the people that get voted out now go to what they call jury house, and they're going to be responsible for voting for them to win that $750,000 prize. They try to maintain the relationship and still play the game because at one point, look, one of us got to go. Okay. But I'm going to kind of explain to you my strategy because I don't want you thinking I'm purposely trying to get over on you. And it's interesting how when it gets to this part of the game, I have to watch the episode from Sunday. It's interesting how things change up. It really is. But this is a life lesson. Okay. This is a life lesson, y'all. Be careful of compromise people. Be careful. Use discernment. Okay. Um, and let people talk and listen because people tell on themselves. They do. They tell who they've been listening to. I know that there are some situations where we may be in a compromising position where you have to make a choice. There are going to be times when we have to all make a choice. Who are we going to listen to? Who are we going to stand with? Okay? And you're going to have to really think that thing through. But that made me think about that from that movie, Private Benjamin. I don't know because y'all, it's an older movie if you've seen it. But baby, that was a good strategy. But I don't know if the team trusted her when she came back. Okay. I tagged myself. I'm out. You got it. Wait, what happened? I'm tagging myself. I'm out. You got it. Wait, I'm tagging myself, sis. What's that part? I missed that part. Oh yeah, people tell girl, yes. Just listen to them. Okay? Listen to what they're saying. They tell on themselves. It is obvious sometimes, like, y'all. I'll start laughing. I'm like, well, dang, nobody have to say nothing because they telling everything. Okay. And sometimes when people project, they're projecting it onto somebody else. If you listen carefully, the things that they're projecting onto other people, that's them. And it's funny because you listening like, dang, they trying to make it like somebody else, but dang, they telling on themselves. People project too. Okay, so Pay attention to that. But y'all, I have enjoyed this morning's conversation. If you didn't hear the funny story in the beginning, make sure you go back and listen to our story this morning that we kicked it off with. That was funny to me and a couple of other people. Oh my gosh. But make sure you listen to that. I will plan on being back later on this evening. So make sure you tune in. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button and subscribe and hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. I love each and every one of you. Have a fantastic Thursday, and it's my Friday, so I'm extra crunk today. Okay. Oh my goodness. Humphrey said, when you got to just listen sometimes and stand down. Come on, sis. I know that's right. Sometimes you just got to listen, okay? And really pay attention. And you'll figure out a whole lot. You'll figure out a whole lot. But yes, so I am so grateful for each and every one of you all. Thank you so much. And y'all have a blessed day. Bye bye.